Sziasztok! Az újraindítás meg is történt. Na, megnézzük. Na, most úgy néz ki, hogy eszi a shopot. Déli revartot tudjuk venni. És visszanézzük ide. Az előbb ott néztük. Akartunk nézni. Nantónál ugye, hogy 120-nál ugye kivehető, hogyha esetleg 80-nál nem esne ki, akkor azért nem kell elkeseredni, mert amíg annyit összeszedünk, hogy meg legyen az a 120, hát most még soknak néz ki, mert ugye 40 darab, de ahogy egy 10-est ellökünk, az már 11 pont minimum, illetve hát most 5 kell még ahhoz, hogy a 80-at elérjük, ott meg ugye akármi jöhet. Na, akkor rárepülünk a questre, ebből azt terveztük, hogy megcsináljuk. Rá zoomolok, próbálok oda teleportozni. Akkor megnézzük a Nantónak a sztoriát. Ez jött most be ugye a játékba. Valószínűleg a Kylón egy ilyen újabb kis területet majd kiunlockol, vagy ilyesmi. Esetleg ha az Asperiának a területén mostanában nem jártatok, akkor érdemes ránézni, mert az ígért rework az ebből a frissítéssel be is jött a játékba. Gyönyörű szépre megcsinálták azt a területet is. Tehát az eredeti kinézethez képest sokkal jobb lett a kinézete az egésznek, tehát a fák, a növényzet sokkal élénkebb lett, mint nem. Érdemes lesz ránézni. Na, lássuk a sztorit. Ja, a Heart and Heart, ez a kórház, vagy itt, ahova akkor lezuhantunk az ide tartó útunkon, ugye akkor ide kerültünk be.
It's a plant cultivation dry tom that Lachesis got from a botanical garden. Lachesis has reset its system settings. It's
Ez
a
a Miának a
dry tom now.
De nem ismerős, de nem ilyen hangja volt. Vagy már nincs meg ez a voice actor, aztán másikat raktak alá. Legalábbis az ő neve volt kiírva, és egy tök más női hangnak tűnt legalábbis.
Hycros has analyzed the ore zero samples I brought back and confirmed that the zironium they contain is actually omnium. I didn't bring back enough samples, so we can't draw any reliable conclusions yet. Revi asked...
Ebbe se esküdnék meg, hogy ugyanaz a hang, de...
Plotty said that after
ennyi
we lost
bajunk legyen.
contact, Hycros headquarters immediately asked... It wasn't until after the Homecomer assembly had
Ezért
ended,
sok évig
just
nehéz
before I
egy
came
voice
back
actort
through the space
megtartani.
rift, that Rafa said
Pláne,
he
ha ne
found
adj
us
Isten
and
valami
was
baja
ready to formally
történt, és
start negotiations.
az élők között esetleg, vagy ilyesmi. Vagy már nem lát fantáziát a játékban, és nem vesz részt benne, vagy másik játékban vesz részt, és nem jöhet a másikba, vagy ütközés van.
And how the Kylians and the various Hycros domains will communicate and interact going forward. Judging from Plotty's tone, Hycros headquarters never expected an ideal outcome from these negotiations in the first place.
Ez már
The way
csak így
Kylo
van.
brushed off our disappearance already. So, according to Plotty, the plan for the negotiate only with Kylo's space rift technology in hand will Hycros headquarters be able to make. Plotty also said that if everything goes smoothly, before we arrived, Hycros headquarters had already looked into Kylo's research
Ha
capabilities.
teljesen szabad kezük lenne,
The
akkor meg
Institute
tudnák azt
researching
csinálni,
space
hogy
rift
az
technology is still part
eredeti
of
hangminta
Hycros,
alapján
but the
ilyen
Kylo branch has long been
beszédszintetizátorral
under
megpróbálnák
Anchor
ugyanazt a
Infinity's
hangot előidézni, de
Hycros'
hát
Kylo branch inherited
gondolom
the
arra
scientific achievements from before the
törvényes
Cataclysm,
szabályozások
and
vannak.
Anchor Infinity later absorbed them.
Azért volt egy-két nagy érvágás annak idején, mikor meghalt a Bújtor István, vagy ilyesmi, tehát azért azokat nem egyszerű helyettesíteni, vagy pótolni egy filmbe, vagy egy sorozatba, vagy bármibe, amiben megszokta az ember a hangját.
Do you have something in mind?
De hát sajnos ilyen
One
van
last thing.
az
All of
életben.
Guest system repairs are complete and fully tested. She told Plotty she wanted to help us. But considering the sensitive relationship between Hypros headquarters and Anchor Infinity, Plotty didn't approve.
A robotikus is a hangja neki. Mondjuk oké, hogy ő félig robot, de eddig nem ilyen volt a hangja.
So Nam quietly told me that if we
White
she'll find a way to avoid detection by the other authorizers.
Azért nekem is feltűnik, hogy feltűnő. Jó, hát itt ugye egy régi karakter szerepel, ugye a Shirley az azért a Kylo-sba. Oké, hogy azt hiszem talán eljött ide még a Kylo-s sztori elején, de azért már jó pár év eltelt, gondolom, hogy na mindegy. Dobjuk ezt a témát, mert csak túl tűröm az egészet. Azt mondja, hogy nézzük a térképet. Mutat valamit. Közelében van is egy teleport, megpróbáljuk azt elérni. Ide jöjj, hogy van egy bármilyen tudszunk. Ovnet 0. Csak mindent tudunk tenni. Meg bizonyos pont után kapunk itt is. Elég szarul állok itt mindegyikbe. Mondjuk nem nagyon szoktam Kylo-s dolgokat csinálni, ha csak most nem tudok majd összehozni valamit. Másik játékos, igencsak japós íráson a feje fölött, rövid, de lényegre törő. Most úgy mondtam, mintha érteném, hogy mi van odaírva, de nem, csak a két írásjelből gondoltam, hogy valami egyszerűbb van odaírva. Ez meg egy NPC lenne, vagy... Ja, tűnik. De elég érdekes pozitúrában van. Na jó, hogy tűröm bonyolultra. Ja, a pontokat bejelöljük, akkor egyszerűbb lesz. Néha eltűnik. Hogy erre tudjuk azt a parancsot. Ja, persze, mert itt ez a vehicle-ünk van. Vagy? Viszont már lehet, hogy tudok motorral is menni. Aha, ja, jó, vált közte. Csak az a kinti csarnok, az még izénak számított, ugye ilyen... Fú, minek mondják ezt? Ilyen dokkoló helység, vagy... Mi a pontos neve neki? Tehát ott nem az űr, de az űr és a beltér közötti.
Perfect timing. I just cut off comms with
van a
Nanto.
kis
His ship is about to
hiper
arrive at the
köztany, meg itt van a
Or Zero zone to
Lindsay
pick you
is.
up.
Őt is megszereztük ezen az akkunton, a kis kerpes kereskedő, illetve nem is kereskedő, hanem ilyen Han Solo-szerű, ilyen cseftelős inkább, akkor úgy mondom. Ilyen bajkeverős jó pofa. Tök jól néz ki a haja, hogy ilyen két-három színű. Talán több is.
Ever since you admitted that you're from Ida at the
Egy
Homecomer
kicsit
Assembly, the nickname
túlzónak érzem a
Ida
dolgokat,
Visitor
de
has been quietly circulating throughout Kylo.
Mindenki
People won't say it to your
maga döntse,
face, but behind your back, the rumors are flying.
az elég. Mi az, ami egy kicsit már túl sok.
Tourists, envoys, adventurers, pirates, swindlers, aliens. In the past, Anchor Infinity would never have let talk like this
Ráadásul
run
még
rampant.
valami nyaklánszerűség is van ott neki, ha jól látom.
With 3 living, breathing witnesses right in front of him, Rafa wouldn't dare outright deny.
My classmates back at Nova, and even some of Aster's father's connections, all say that Anchor
Azt mondtam, a
Infinity
Lindsay
has
azt,
been
hogy hall,
constructing
hogyha a
a
fülém
massive
van a
habitat,
zenek
and that
közben.
they've recently made progress.
Inkább látszana, hogy így
I'm
félre van
afraid
egy
that
kicsit
once you
rakva,
and
hogy a
Shirley
fülén.
reach the Brighton Zone,
Tehát nincs
Rafa
rajta
will
a
announce a
fülén.
migration plan for the Kylians on a scale never seen before, just to stop the situation from spinning out of
Never
control.
seen.
What do you mean? They
They kept quiet all this time, and now, of all moments, they decide to bring it up? Isn't it blatantly just a smokescreen?
Not necessarily. Before we were even born, several great families.
You mean when the Or-Zero...
They discovered more than just the Or-Zero zone back then. It only grew. From what I've heard, the Kylians found several similar areas back then, but... That's what I was thinking as well. I'm afraid you're...
If that's the case, Anchor Infinity will definitely want to cut ties with Aida. And if any Kylians try to go back there, Anchor probably won't allow it. Is that what you mean?
It's too soon to think that far ahead. We still haven't dealt with the problems right in...
You mean the largest expedition in the Hope Fleet's history?
That's the one. She's been proposing it for 7 or 8 years now. But Anchor Infinity keeps stalling or flat out refusing under all kinds of pretexts and saddles her with anti-piracy missions and the like. For Anchor Infinity to suddenly consent to the mission can only mean they're afraid the General will throw...
Elvileg autóbekerőm van,
The
de
authorizer and I arrived here by spaceship through a
léptetni tudom
passage.
sokkal gyorsabban. Elszkippelni nem akarom, mert hát ha
Then
ezeket
why don't we
érdekel a
just do it
szöveg.
now?
Videóban meg úgyis meg tudjátok állítani, hogyha én
Oh, I
esetleg
see. This is just to deter
gyorsan
them.
léptetem.
You won't
Your plan has just one flaw. Keeping Lindsay and Hel...
Don't worry. I'll bring Carrot and Mia along. Let the three of them hang out while I sit back and enjoy the show.
Na,
Honored High
kis
Coast
répalány
diplomatic representative.
előkerül ott.
The spaceship. Very well. We'll be waiting. Oh, and don't forget to bring Carrot. Mr. Rafa has a...
Na látjuk. Szabadultunk. Benne. Hogy oda a csarnokba kell majd visszamennünk. Már fölsőlök a motorra, mert ott kívül már a mekát fogja ajánlani. Valószínű, hogy már ilyen külterület lesz, vagy valahol ott a széle. Egy űrhajó, vagy ilyesmi. Ja, megnézzük, hogy tudunk-e valami ládát nyitni. Hát itt kapásban van 3 kék egymás után. Jó, készíték. Ez 2-t fog nyitni egyre, nem baj. Igazándiból tök mindegy, melyik ládát nyitjuk ki. Akkor 2-szeres materiált kapunk. Még egyet ki tudok nyitni, meg hát gondolom majd a küldetés közben is kapunk. Ja, most már csak egyet nyit, meg 2. Akkor végig pont tudjuk nyitni mind a 3-at. Ez meg akkor ugye így egyszeres. Ja nem, a 2, csak egyes szorzót láttam valamiért, de mindegy. Jó, rengeteg láda van mindenfele. Itt a 2. Nem hiszem, hogy gondba leszünk vele. Ott is van egy, tehát rengeteg van. Iszonyat mennyiségű kulcsra lenne szükségünk, hogy mindent ki tudjuk nyitni. Itt is van egy, ez meg már lila, tényleg olyanunk van. Abból is van egy legalább. Nyissuk. Jó, ad is ilyen kontrollmodulokat. Valahol itt fölül lehet elérni a Cosmic Systemnél. Ja, nincs meg az a sztorink még. Jó. Ilyen kis PC modulokat lehet még bele pakolgatni. Ja, hát ez akkor lehet, hogy valami kinti lesz. Ott látszik az a kékes ilyen háló. Gondolom azt csinálja meg azt, hogy itt belül rendes gravitáció legyen. Kint meg ugye más újtalanság van, oda mindenképp kell a mecha. Hát szerintem nagyon jó megrajzolták itt is ezt a pályát. Csak mondjuk kevésbé népszerű, mert hát ez mégiscsak az űrbe játszódik, tehát ilyen zöld területeket azért nem nagyon kell keresni. Tehát ez egy ilyen űrbázis, űrállomások vannak, meg ilyesmi. Kevésbé olyan szép mondjuk, mint most a Lasperia, ahogy kinéz, az új rework után. Azt néztem, hogy még bizonyos virágokat is megváltoztattak benne. arra is kiterjedt a felújítás,
You're right.
a
Besides
fák
the press
lombozatára,
event,
meg
we
a
also
űre,
arranged
meg
a
a,
series of tours for our guests
meg
from
a,
afar. We should make the most of
a
our schedule.
hegyeknek, vagy a domboknak a mintájára. De még a fáknak a kérge is olyan életszerűen néz ki. Tehát nem ilyen játékszerű, hogy csak egyszínű az egész, hanem olyan szép erezetes, vagy foltos, vagy akármi, tehát
This way, please.
hasonlít az igazira, arra akartam kiukadni. Na nézzük, a Nantó mit mondott. Kell menni. Vagy már lehet, hogy utazunk is valahova. Aha. Na, beültünk valami űrhajóba, és mi vezet? Mi veszi? Ki? Ja, de ez a Lindnek a hajója, nem? Vagy a kerotos? Ja, nem, ebbe jöttünk ide a Kylo-ra. Az a tetején az nem is embléma, hanem ilyen kis képecske. Kobaltos csajsznak képe van rajta. Valamilyen szinten a saját hajónk, ugye? Ott a Nantó, meg egy Csini Csajszi.
Esteemed
Ez nagyon nem
guests,
ismerős.
good
Azt
afternoon.
a mindenit.
Welcome to
Lana.
the Brighton zone of Kylo. Current
Ez már új
atmospheric
tervezés.
pressure 1002 HPA. Temperature
Még érdekes
24 degrees
effektek
Celsius.
vannak. Nem tudom, ti
Humidity
hogy vélitek.
35%.
Jiggle effekt elég izgalmas, és ráadásul lebeg a csaj, ha jól látom, mezitlábban, és mintha nem lenne a lába a földön. Aha, a lebeg. Háttérben meg nem tudom, mi történnek.
My
Kézzel
apologies
volt.
for the awkwardness. This is the avatar
Pont
for
az új
Anchor
karakterhez
Infinity's
tetszik
AI
a kinézet, az a
assistant,
sárkány
Lana.
ott a vállán
It's soon to be
neki,
launched commercially.
az az ultia, azt
The one
hiszem,
before you is just a
csak ott a
prototype.
karjára így rá van tekeredve. Nagyon tetszetősen néz ki.
Understood, Mr. Nanto. New settings applied. Honored guests,
Mr.
good
Nanto.
afternoon.
Hát
Welcome
ezt
to the
elég Csini
Brighton
babásra
zone in Kylo.
megcsinálták.
I am
Nem
Lana, and
piskulta.
I will do my utmost to meet any of your needs.
Apologies. I've just been
És ő még
notified
valószínű,
Mr.
hogy
Rafa is tied
NPC,
up in
ugye, mert
urgent
ilyen
business
nevű
and cannot
karakter,
personally
hogy Lana ilyen még
I
a
hope you'll
játékban
forgive
jól
the
sejtem.
inconvenience. Instead,
Max
allow me
majd
to
lesz később,
introduce
ugye, ahogy a
Mr. Joe
Hipper meg az
Hamilton,
Aster is
CEO
bekerült,
Helix
ugye?
Bio Inc., and Professor Johns Daly, Director of the High Cross Tech
Tehát
Institute.
ezek közül azért egy-kettőt kapunk mindig bele. Ja, az a csaj ottan lebeg a föld fölött. Nem semmi, még mozognak a lábai. Gondolom akkor nem a földön jár. Ja, és ott van a háttérben. Akkor ő valami robot, vagy AI, vagy nem tudom. Ja, még a lábúja is festve vannak.
Hello, and welcome to Kylo.
Látszik,
Hello, I'm
ez
John,
itt lábasan
director
lebeg
of
a
the High Cross.
föld
Today's
fölött.
schedule is pretty simple. First, we'll take a look at Helix Bio's Kylo has waited 50 years for your arrival. Everyone is eager to see you.
Ja, a ruhája
Speak
is
with you
szép a
face to
csajnak
face.
egyébként, meg a srácnak is jól áll ez a
Representative.
itt
Sure,
ilyen rendőrös
don't
ruha,
refuse
ilyen
to give
kékes.
them this opportunity. Thank you for granting the
Na,
Kylians
hosszú
this
megbeszélés. Mindenki ér mindent, remélhetőleg. Tényleg, hol vagyunk? Itt térképügyileg. Right. Ó. Ez valami új terület, mert ez így Brighton Harbor. Jól látom, itt vannak teleport cuccok. Na, aktiváljuk. Facelift-et nem, ha ezen az emeleten van. Itt meg vannak keveredve bennem a gombok, mert játszok most ugye a Duet Night visszal, és egy kicsit más gombra van rakva izé. Ez be is aktiválódott a dodge, és akkor kevergek, vagy várjál, nem kevergek. Jó. Abból a fényből azt hittem, hogy beaktiválódott. Most már sárga tudhatok. Valahol itt mutat egy vist, ami lefele van, de most az nem nagyon alattunk van, aztán lehet, hogy itt elveszek. Bár vissza tudok jönni a teleporthoz most már, ugye, hogy megvan. Eleve valahova, amit a lentre mutatott volna, hogy lefele kell menni, mindegy, majd felderítjük a cuccokat. Rájelölünk a jelölésre. Kéne lefele menni. Ó, megint átváltotta atyám. Egy kicsit idegesítő. Be lett setupolva még egy relixet, és mindig az O betűt, illetve hát azt a gombot többször megnyomom, mint hogy tehát 3 tárgyat kell fölvenni, és 4-szer nyomom meg véletlenül, mert mondjuk 3 van egymás mellett, és nyomogatja az ember kicsit sűrűbben, aztán akkor átvált ez a set, és akkor nem a jetpacken van ott, hanem ez a hülye Gravity Lifter, vagy mi a túró, ami az atlaszos szoborról lelöki a cuccost. Visszaváltottam az egyes szetre. Hát lehet, hogy majd ki fogom akkor törölni, mert tök jó pofa, hogy ilyen szeteket lehet beállítani. Csak aki nem billentyűvel egérrel játszik, ahol ugye a billentyűn van rengeteg gomb lehetőség, tehát össze-vissza lehet konfigurálni, hogy mi legyen. A kontrolleren meg van 6-8-10 gomb, ugye? Itt meg ugye az a probléma, hogy na mindegy, fölmegyünk a teleporthoz, mert ez így gagyi lesz. Nem fogunk tudni annyira fölrepülni. Tehát itt egy gombra van több funkció rakva, és például a tárgyak felvétele, meg ez ami átváltja ezt a relixetet, ez egy gombon van. Egy kicsit ez így zavaró. Na, akkor megyünk még egyszer, hogy jól áll-e a... Igen, az jól van. Azt mutatja, hogy oda kell a túloldalra menni. Ez egy picit, ez a terület úgy néz ki, mint a Verán van az a kristálypalota, vagy nem is tudom, minek nevezzem. Hát az a rész ugye, ahol a sivatag közepén az a ilyen üvegpiramis, vagy nem is tudom, minek nevezzem, és abban van egy ilyen futurisztikus terület. Ahhoz hasonlít egy kicsit. Times Each. Hát szerintem ebben se akarok most vacakolni. Nézzük a küldetés folytatását. 46 méter. Ez is egy ilyen futurisztikus városrész. Na, messze van, akkor motorozunk. Herman.
I heard Anchor Infinity couldn't afford the resources Project
Jó, ez a rész ez már egész jó. Tehát egy kicsit izgalmasabbá teszi itt a Kylo-s mozgást, ugye? Nem csak az űrbe. Ez meg úgy néz ki, mint ugye ott voltunk az elején, az a Heart and Heart-nál a recepciós csajszi néz ki ugyanígy. Szóval jól néznek ki benne az NPC-k, csak sok helyen ugye ugyanazok a karakterek befutunk bele. Tehát ez nem feltétlen probléma, mert ők csak ugye ilyen látványelem, vagy statiszták, vagy hogy mondjam. Még jó, hogy lehet motorral haladni, mert azért ez mégis csak gyorsabb. Remélem most már odaérünk, hogy megint egy ilyen kilövési pont, hogy nem menjünk oda. Ha megérkeztünk. Jaj, még mindig lebeg a mezitlábával. Kicsit ilyen boss-is hatása van neki. Szép mosni van a hajába.
Allow me to present Anchor Infinity's outstanding scientific achievements, especially in the field of life sciences. The unique space environment here has opened up entirely new avenues for Helix Bio's research. We've achieved extraordinary breakthroughs here. Further unravel.
Érdekes, ilyen angol neve van a területnek. Ez jó. Nagyon. Van ott valami daruszerűség is. Én nem tudom, grafikailag nem mondanám problémásnak a játékot, tehát vizuálisan nekem valamilyen szinten jobban is bejön, mint a WUA, mert annyiféle pálya van, tehát Annak is szép a grafikája, tehát nem arra akarok kiukadni, hogy a Buva az gyengébb lenne, csak nem ilyen változatos, mint itt, hogy ilyen futurisztikus dolgok vannak benne. Most kíváncsi leszek az új területre, ha bejön az a Csisza nevű karakter, ugye a következő bannernél, most vagyunk ugye a 2.7-nek a második szakaszába, viszont utána még lesz egy 2.8, és valószínűleg az lesz az utolsó, és utána már 3.0 fog következni, ha jól sejtem. Ott a 2.8-ban már mutattak egy ilyen egész jópofa területet, tehát az egy olyan élővárososnak nézett ki. Nem olyan, mint amiken szoktunk járni, hogy ilyen atomtámadás utáni lerombolt város, meg ilyesmi. Arra majd kíváncsi leszek. Egy-két részletet már láttam belőle. Szép a növényzet, rengeteg ilyen az a cseresznyefa vagy mi, szakura fa van benne, meg ilyesmi, tehát ilyen ligetek vannak így egymás után, és ott ilyen egész épületek látszanak, tehát nem ilyen leromboltak, meg ilyesmi. Ja, a csaj az lebeg, ide jobban látszik.
So, there are other Vera, huh?
Szóval az egy kicsit dobhat majd az ottani vizualitáson. Néhány játékos mondta, hogy neki egy kicsit olyan lehangoló volt a Genshinnek az egy olyan kicsit olyan vidámabb terület volt, ugye, mármint ott az első pályarészek azokkal sok növényel, fával, egyébbel. A sivatagos részt azt ott utálja szerintem mindenki. Volt, aki ott abba is hagyta a játékot, mikor bejött a sivatagos rész, hogy azt akkor már nem fogja megcsinálni. Aztán volt, akinek nem tetszett az utána jövő rész se, ott a mabuikás terület már olyan túlzó volt, vagy unalmas volt. Ez az új terület, ami most jött be nemrég, hát nem végigfutottam rajta, de nekem olyan volt, mint a egyik vagy a másik, tehát semmi extra. De ebben a játékban, tudom, tehát itt egy kicsit más a helyzet, tehát itt hol a jövőben vagyunk, hol ott a kínai terület, ugye a domain line-os, ami nem tudom, térképileg akkora, hogy belefér az egész játék körülbelül az összes térképével együtt, meg talán a Genshinnek az összes térképe elfér rajta. Akkor a terület az egy kicsit ilyen hagyományosabb kínai építészeti stílusú akármi. Esetleg ott a Domain 9-es videóimat, hogyha megnézitek a sztori közbenieket, akkor esetleg ezt meg is tudjátok nézni. Vagy amikor a network-ös pályán voltunk, a Gestos Network-ön, ott meg ugye ott egy nagyon futurisztikus világba jártunk, tehát az meg azért volt érdekes. Tehát ilyen nagyon különleges pályák vannak. Tehát nem ilyen egy kaptafára épülő, hanem ilyen izgalmas, meg érdekes. A ládák is mások, tehát máshogy néznek ki, itt is láttátok, hogy henger alakú. Tehát még ez is eltér legalább, hogy mi van, a kulcsok is eltérnek hozzá persze. Tehát ilyen a többi játékban nincs. Tehát se a Genshinben, se a Wutheringben nincsenek visszaszpónoló ládák. Ugye vannak a zöld ládák, amik ingyenesen nyitogathatók, és szinte korlátlan mennyiség van belőle. Aztán vannak ezek a kék, meg lila ládák, ugye, amihez kulcs kell. Ezek is végtelen mennyiségben visszaszpónolnak folyamatosan, mint a zöld ládák. Ugye ezekhez kell kulcs. Ki lehet nyitni persze kulcs nélkül is, de akkor sokkal kevesebb rewardot kap az ember. Na, itt van a ápolós csajszi. Tehát még ő is tök jó pofán néz ki. Olyan kis egyedi. Ilyen kis macskás izéje van neki, táskája, akkor ilyen kötött fölsője van neki, akkor kicsit ilyen macskás cucc van a fején, szemei is szépek neki, tehát olyan jó pofa kis figura, és a cipője is jól néz ki, tehát jó pofa karakterek vannak benne szerintem, mármint így a sima NPC-ket tekintve, csak hát ismétlődnek a pályán, mert hát azért itt egy meg nem merném satszolni, játékrészek vannak, és hát azért tök egyedi karaktereket generálni mindenhova. Az aztán belassítaná a játékot, gondolom, hogy mindenhol más karaktermodellt kell renderelni. Ez egy kicsit egyszerűsít rajta, hogy ugyanazt lerendereli, és akkor berakja ide-oda-amoda. Most így egyszerűsít rajta egy kicsit. De itt van például ez a NPC, ez is egy kicsit másképp néz ki, mint az, akit az előbb néztünk, ez a kis baseball sapkás. Ja, tehát nem tudom, nekem egy kicsit ilyen az, hogy kivételezek ebből a játékkal, vagy valami, de nem tudom, nekem grafikailag tetszik. Jó a karaktereknek a kinézete, a harcnak a kimenetele, meg esetleg az animációk a harc közben, ott a Vuva viszi mondjuk a prímet, elismerem, de mondjuk nem csúnyábbak a karakterek itt, mint a Genshinben például. És ez mégiscsak egy MMORPG, ugye, tehát... Na, összejutottunk. Fele kell menni. Jók ezek a kis ledes kivetítőpanelek, hát most kulcsokat nem hiszem, hogy kaptunk még. Nullán vagyunk. Ha majd teljesítünk valamit, akkor biztos kapunk. De most megint nem néztem meg, hogy a jetpack az aktíve. De Mazdimra az volt. Ja, itt vannak ilyen kis pöckök, de ezt egyelőre nem merem megpiszkálni, de valószínűleg ezek is valami rewardot tudnak adni, hogyha ismeri az ember, hogy unlockolja ki. Ja, hogy még lejjebb kell menni. Csak akkor kérdés, hogy azt, milyen graffiti van itt a falon. Ha még ezt is kidolgozni, hogy még ilyen is legyen rajta. Van valahol egy vis. Csak lehet, hogy alattunk. Bird protokoll. Mi van? Na, mivel? Hogy ez takarítógép? Vagy mi oda? Ó, ez is PC-ről egyszerűbb. Cleaning process. Le lehet futolni a graffitikat, vele beszélek. Graffiti cleaner. Szóval remélem időre nem megy, mert akkor elbukok. PC-ről egyszerűbb lenne azért. Jó, hogy nem fogy ki ez a... Már is azt írta, hogy cleaned. Van még graffiti túloldal mondjuk. Mert itt túl meg az innen. Elég Ajaj, még 10. Abból még valami... Ez a... Na. Ja, azt talán. Ez érdekes kis volt. Biztos meg lehetett volna gyorsabb a PC-ről. Ez érdekes. Ezt így. De... Ez is ilyen. Olyan, ne úgy. Lehetett. Hopp. De nem mutat semmi nyomás lehetőséget. Ja, hogy ide be lehet. Azért nem fölül a dolog.
Please wait here for a moment. The reporters are already seated, but the on-site staff said a problem came up during the equipment test, so they're replacing it now.
Lesznek riporterek.
Everything's ready. Please, follow me. Don't worry. If there are any tricky questions you'd rather not answer, I'll step in to help. Apologies for the delay, everyone, and thank you for your patience. This is the long-awaited Ida visitor. Anchor Infinity is fully aware of the recent rumors circulating about the Ida visitor. To put everyone's doubts to rest, we have arranged this press conference.
Történetmesélés?
Oh, don't be so polite. We've kept everyone waiting long enough, and I doubt they're here for empty formalities. Let's get...
I've got a question! Over here!
Kérdésük van.
The person up front seems eager. Let's hear their question first.
Hello, I'm Knox with Frontline Echo. May I ask what evidence you have that you came from Ida? What I mean is, how can you prove you're really from Ida and not just some con artist using the name Ida Visitor to scam donations from gullible homecomers? Then what are you here for? What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Huh, dodging the question. If you ask me, you're nothing but a slicker version of the same old con men.
All right. Reporter Knox doesn't mean any harm. It's just that in the past, Kylo has seen lots of crooks pretend... Surely you've heard the story of the boy who cried wolf. Now that a real visitor from Ida has come, the people of Kylo are naturally quite... Don't worry too much. Really, you could just show...
I've heard Ida's natural environment is beautiful, with all kinds of fruits, vegetables, and fine food. And you still claim you're not a swindler?
A swindler, really? No way! Did Anchor Infinity get duped too?
Enough. Since nobody's willing to believe, I'll offer a solution. Idans, like us, can use space rifts. How about we send their representative through the space rift?
Not a bad idea, but the question...
I'm Shirley, assistant to... There's no need for them to go in person. I can handle it. The space rift needs a beacon from Asperia. Mr. Nanto, do you mind helping me? They're clearly setting a trap to weaken our influence here. You're the diplomatic representative of Hypros headquarters. Your every word and action reflects on Hypros. It's whether it's the upcoming negotiations, Plotty's mission. Besides, you gave us a contingency before we left, didn't you? And don't forget, I'm an angel.
What are you whispering about? Afraid of being exposed and thinking of running away?
Of course not. We're just discussing what to bring back. Hypros.
Looks like the accomplice abandoned the fraudster and ran. Perhaps they're all...
This can't be. The space rift is incredibly intricate. I'm just the security force chief, not a tech researcher.
Mr. Nanto, we all know the Anchor Infinity has tried everything to improve life for the Kylo.
Jól néz ki a Nantónak a szerelése.
You really are a... Guards! Throw this fraudster into Brighton Prison. Then track down any accomplices and have the Hope Fleet issue a wanted notice.
Affirmative.
Enough time.
Közben tölt is. Ilyesmi. Hogy minket börtönöznek be, de miért?
Prisoner number 269-25925. Facility, Brighton Prison. District S261. Charges, fraud, endangering public safety, etc. Sentence, undetermined.
Csalás miatt. Na.
Which part of what I just told the press didn't sink in? You already know Hycros pressured Anchor Infinity for your safety. Understand this. No one can contact Hycros headquarters. You should do the reflecting. You secretly colluded with hostile... Oh. And if you hadn't been caught today, were you planning to secretly reach out to Director Johns to see if he would serve high... Entrance coordinates. Let me guess. The coordinates you're planning to leak. Let's assume these are the two most critical points in your plan. First, Linksys Livestreams runs on Echo Corporation's servers, which is another subsidiary. Of course, if I were you, I'd have tucked her away somewhere safe long ago. It's not that we can't find them, it would just require too many people. Tracking down someone... The plan for building the passage is straightforward. Hycros and Kylo. To be absolutely safe, Hycros and Kylo share the coordinates for each end of the passage. Imagine this universe is a tank that isn't completely... If the tank is shaken by some unknown force, still, after years of exploration, Anchor Infinity... Exactly. Right now, so why bother dragging people off? If your plan succeeds, Anchor Infinity's enemies... Why is she? Sorry. I have another meeting to get to. After all, thanks to that press conference, Anchor Infinity, despite its best efforts to win the public's trust, has ended up a victim of fraud. This is a serious public opinion crisis. I'd better go help Mr. Rafa figure out a plan. Oh, right. Didn't you make a wish at Odin's Tavern to come to the Brighton Zone? So, how do you like the Brighton prison hideout I lined up for you? Ganir never misses.
Na, ez
Hey, Nancy.
hol a Shirley? Ezt nem zárták be?
Lincoln, listen. I figured...
Whatever. You've even fooled yourself, huh? If there really were people from a...
Maybe it's not a...
Whatever happened before.
Na, ott van az a bűnözős Joyce is.
You are... Don't act all high and mighty. Only those who dare to speak the truth, who dare to resist.
Keep it down. New fish.
What's with the ad?
A raw ore is someone who's doing time for the first time. Well...
Take it.
Go ahead. Looks like Anchor Infinity hit you pretty hard. I believe you're for real, Aiden. Just before you arrive, we've already heard the gist of what happened. I might be the only one who believes. I used to follow Granny Lola. To uphold her ideals, I even... The charge in my file says I ran illegal experiments under the guise of the floral... Of course not. But Anchor Infinity couldn't possibly throw Mr. Hamilton behind bars.
Ja
He's
persze,
the man who's responsible for
ugye amikor bunyóztunk abból a... Már mi volt a neve, ahol ezek a gangsterek voltak ott, akkor őket ugye a nantóik letartóztatták.
Got it now.
Ők
No
mind
one
ide
locked up here
kerültek.
has actually... I'm an Or Zero foreman.
És akkor lehet, hogy ezzel kapcsolatba kerültünk ide,
System repairs on ships without flight permits.
vagy azért kerültünk ide, hogy kiderítsük valamit.
Don't even think about it.
Most vagy titkos ügynököt játszunk, vagy ártatlanul be leszünk börtönözve, vagy
This is Brighton
jövőre nem
Prison,
titkos.
so there are cameras everywhere. Except for the main gate, the whole... What do you mean?
If Lindsys really takes the homecomers to those coordinates, won't they all perish without a trace?
We've been trapped in this corner of the universe for 50 years. It's not like we ever had...
Is this really the time to be talking about that?
I'm beat.
Ugh.
Good night, Captain.
I don't know.
25925 25925. Breakfast time. Breakfast
Nem,
time.
a fegyverünket nem vették fel. Itt tudnánk csapni a robotot simán. Meg Gandhi a neve, csak nem az volt a neve pedig. Indira Gandhi.
What is it? Are you really worried? Then you've asked the right person. I actually know the CEO of Apex died an unnatural death just before the space station was launched. What do you think? How does a mud... Because I was born in the Brighton Zone. Later, when Aglaia Todd, the eldest daughter of the Todd family, set out to That's a whole lot. I don't know exactly who, but within the Homecomers' innermost circle, everyone knows Apex never really disappeared, because Odin's Tavern has been running the whole time. Unless Aglaia is Anchor Infinity's CEO, that's impossible. You're an Aiden, so you don't understand Miss Aglaia at all. After the explosion, Acerata could only rebuild the space station so quickly with Miss Aglaia's help. She's a tech prodigy who led the space station's AI reconstruction. Back then, the explosion had all but obliterated the station's AI servers. Barely 1 in 10 remained. Without her help restoring the AI, not a single person aboard would have survived. She stored all of Odin's resources on a standalone server that's said to be hidden deep within the space-time turbulence. After Miss Aglaia was cryogenically frozen due to Starstone Syndrome, the news said it was cryogenic freezing. Anchor Infinity even turned the case into an ad for their new stasis pods and plastered it everywhere. But almost no one believed them. Some even say that Anchor Infinity took advantage of the moment when the cryogenic anesthetic was administered to outright kill Lana's mother, the heiress of the Todd family. That's how Anchor Infinity seized Lana and secured the position it holds today. Anyway, that's all old news from the last generation. You wanted to know about Odin's Tavern, right? That's right. Ever since Anchor Infinity ousted Apex, they could send a few hands to run the bar and keep expanding. What is it? Kylo has numerous prisons. Some are located in scattered space mining facilities where inmates are forced to work as miners, while others sit at key junctions along safe routes where prisoners are tasked with maintaining supply points. There are actually dozens of Brighton prisons, big and small. This is just one of them. The pirates you mentioned are probably locked up in one of the others. Oh, and some of them... We botched the job, so they were punished. Killed for it. You'll be doing that job today, so you'll find out soon enough. As for the punishment... Trying to break out, huh? Relax. No one who's locked up here ever gets out anyway. You could turn your escape plan into a song and sing it straight to a droid Tom. Nobody would even care. Save your strength. It's pointless. Yep. Dead people. Once you know everything... what is it? A lot. Depends on what you want to know. That's way too much. Magus. That name does ring a bell. Take it easy. It just sounds... I don't think this has anything to do with Nanto. I don't think I heard that name from anyone linked to him. It's just vaguely familiar. Maybe I'm mixing things up. I'll tell you about Nanto first. We're about the same age, and my mom was really close with the Todd siblings, so I actually know him pretty well. I've heard stories about him ever since I was a kid. No, to me, he was more like a role model. Whenever... He doesn't know me, but I've known him since... Around 2696, I think. At that point, both the Todd siblings had contracted Starstone Syndrome. Also, Anchor Infinity had discovered the Ore-Zero Zone and rolled out credits, and Apex had lost a significant portion of its business to Anchor Infinity. Nanto's parents were also employees of Apex, and Anchor Infinity held a grudge against them over work-related matters. Asurata spent years battling Starstone Syndrome, and the well, it's a bit complicated for now.
Breakfast time over. Head to the plant cultivation room and start your work. Head to the plant cultivation room and start your work.
Come on. The work you're so curious about is starting.
Ja, látom, a fegyverek le vannak tiltva, bár ott van a hátamon, de hátamon bizony minden. Véletlenül se tudjak csapkodni vele.
Come on, I'll teach you. Over here. These plants are Helix biopatents. This species can It's simple. We have 3 nutrient solutions here, each with a different effect. First, draw up the liquid from the bottle on the far left with your test tube. Remember, by the way, what were you in the captain? What? What's wrong? What? That's impossible. Let me see. I'm done for.
Offender 11667 wasted 2 bottles of nutrient solution. Punishment, 1 night in the brain interface room.
No, please!
The punishment that can get you killed? Everyone just calls it... They switched your nutrient solution on purpose, just so you... Because I trust you. We've got free time until dinner, since you're so curious about...
Az előbb beszélgettem vele, most meg vissza.
You can use all the machines in here. Just besides here, the cafeteria and the plant cultivation room are open, but there's nothing to eat in the cafeteria, right? If you perform exceptionally well, you might even earn... Suit yourself.
Most kevésbé izgalmas rész a sok beszéd miatt. Lehet, hogy el tudnám skippelni.
If there's anything you don't get, just go.
Lehet, hogy valakit érdekel a szöveges része. Én már az érdekelne, hogy itt szétcsapassak mindent, aztán kimehessek.
Don't interrupt me. Ugh. You're really noisy. The digital library here is offline. No, don't even think you can find a way to contact the outside world from here. I'm studying, I'm researching, I'm using my... Lights out time. Light...
Mr. Rafa, you've only just recovered. Shouldn't you rest a while longer?
Helix Biostek has always proven reliable. There's no need to worry. Now tell me your assessment of our diplomatic representative.
The diplomatic representative Hykros sent is green. And right now.
Joe.
He's not exactly...
Even you've heard.
He nearly blurted it out in front of that diplomatic representative today.
Don't worry. I was planning to make Noah and Project Ark pub. Are you interested in reading the Project
This is,
Any leads on that Bagus who is...
That's the next thing I wanted to report. I've looked into it.
That won't be necessary.
Do you recognize this person?
One of the passengers killed in the explosion on the space station. An Asperian. I remember him because he Don't concern yourself with the dead. We have more important matter.
Why do we need to ask about that?
That humanoid weapon from Ida is called an Angel of Clemency. It employs a unique form of omnium technology. We're studying the manufacturing technology of the Angels of Clemency. It will great...
Understood.
25925. Mr. Nanto, report for interrogation. Proceed to the interrogation room immediately.
Good morning. You're looking pretty good. I don't have that much free time. No. Anchor does think that way. I'm not asking for your trust. Only that you tell me what's happening on your side. General Veronica of the Hope Fleet is off on a mission. This prison is under my control for the time being. Because I can't bring myself to trust anyone from Hykros. I sat in on 2 of Rafa's meetings with fertile soil, perfect climate, abundant resources, cutting-edge technology, and everyone living in peace and prosperity. Do they take us Kylians for fools? Most of the newer Kylians have long forgotten. But I haven't. The Kylo space station is known as the Ark. The Ark space station was so far away, yet even it got caught. You've been in the Ore Zero zone for so long. And... can you? I betrayed Asurada to make my own life easier. That hasn't changed. We're still an eye. You're still not being honest. Why don't we talk about your dear friend Shirley? The only person who accompanied you to Kylo turned out to be a victim of a temporal anomaly. So, you still haven't escaped the temporal anomaly, have you? In her memories, the scenes of it are truly... We haven't done anything to her. We're doing everything we can. I've already told you. Are the 2 of them completely the same to you? I call her Nemesis, but you insist on calling her Shirley. Tell me, what's the difference? Void Piercer.
Hát ez így jó lesz.
Brain's practically fried after all. I'm sorry. When you just... It was all my own doing. How did you figure that out? No telling anyone about this, okay? Deal. The Dream House is actually a specialized... Back then, an AI researcher suggested taking the passengers in the... with human brains. The Dream House's brain interface protocol. The vacant brains were then linked together, allowing the AI... To be honest, I don't really get it either. Either way, once you're in... Based on my experience repairing spaceship systems, I'd say it's the information channel everyone's consciousness passes through when it's sent out or pulled back in. The books say that back in the day, cities had busy roads. You're just like one of the cars on those roads, and plenty of others are driving from here, there, and everywhere. You're pretty sharp. Brighton Prison has a complex history. In the beginning, later, when Anchor Infinity realized some prisoners had information they want. Once Kylo was up and running, Lana's computing power still wasn't enough. Hey, I'm not finished. What's with that IC? This brain... Veronica, the general of the Hope Fleet, has despised Anchor Infinity for quite some time. Anchor Infinity used the brain interface to fry that person's brain overnight. The usually mild-mannered general... I know what you're thinking. Anchor Infinity just sent Veronica off on a long-range expedition. It's only natural they're using her absence to try and retake control of the prison. That's why Nanto's been coming and going.
Jobb oldalon az a kép úgy néz ki, mint a Halo-ból a Master Chief.
Under the last general, things were more or less like that. Yeah, basically, but it depends on the person. That machine and I don't get along. The brain interface's power was only reduced because of that showdown between General Veronica and Anchor Infinity. What are you thinking? Don't go poking around just because you're curious. That thing might not kill people anymore, but they'll run some tests. If they decide your brain's Are you nuts? People go through...
Ebbe akarunk kerülni abba az évbe? Vagy törlőgépbe?
Prisoner 25925 for damaging a test tube and wasting nutrient solution. You are sentenced to...
I built this space just for you. Lana can't listen to us in here.
No.
I gotta hand it to you. You're pretty sharp, reaching me through Shirley at a time like this. I snuck a look at some surveillance footage from the Brighton zone. You're awfully obedient. Those Kylians are trying to figure out how Shirley's consciousness can control a body modified by... Shirley survived the temporal anomalies and the Angels of Clemency's modifications. After wandering inside Gestos with... Relax. They wouldn't dare harm her. She's way too valuable for that. I was going to rescue her, but I realized I've only diverted a small portion of my computational power here for now. After... I only made it here because Gestos is a hyperdimensional quantum supercomputer enhanced by Omnium technology, and also because Shirley is here. Shirley is my anchor point. Without her, I never would have made it through the space-time turbulence. Of course, it's like an impenetrable electronic fog to me. Shirley is like a beacon, and only by following her... There's plenty of time to talk about all that later. That depends on how Lana distributes her computational power. All the video footage, droid logs, and prisoner activity data are merely... Oh, if you need my full support, I can also use Gestos. Lana's server isn't a hyperdimensional computer, so I have an advantage there. Problem is the space-time turbulence. Passing through it severely drains my computing power. I've only just arrived and haven't had time to properly assess Lana's processing. Got it. I'll handle the medical records. For now, just rest here. I've already blocked the brain interface that was tapping into your consciousness.
Blokkolja izét a agyfurkász programot. Meg akkor beszél majd a Plottival, hogy itt vagyunk bezárva.
No need to thank me. Once you're out, we'll rescue Shirley, and I'll help you beat up Lana and Rafa.
Mr. Rafa, our diplomatic representative mistakenly entered the brain interface room today.
They had the honor of supporting Kylo and Lana, if only a little. They've been locked up as a fraudster, but they're still the first genuine visitor from Ida so far.
Humanity has a long history, but the same story. The homecomers believe that as soon as they go back, they'll be welcomed with open arms. I don't think so.
Tell me what you think, then.
Hykros never promised the Kylians any special treatment for returning to Ida. Our dealings with Hykros are no different. It's purely about the more genuine, a diplomatic representative.
Your theory is rational, and very similar to Lana's calculation. Boost the output in the brain interface room. The diplomatic representative's physiology is unusual, so normal power probably won't be enough to bring their...
Agreed.
Also, Lana's been updating the servers these past few months, so computing power is a bit short. Their last answers were of no use to Shirley whatsoever. Either we were lied to, or they were simply wrong.
I'll get right on it.
Tapja izén a sorodán.
Lincoln said you screwed up yesterday and got sent to the brain interface room? You actually look fine. You must be tougher than I thought. Oh, really? but barely anyone in this prison comes out of the brain interface room with their mind intact. Mealtime's over. What? Miss me already? Why are you suddenly bringing this? What makes you think I'd help you? So, how... You're a smart one, and I like working with smart ones. You guessed right. My family has... As for Nanto, I do know a few... Why are you so hung up on that name? Brighton's prison control has bounced back and forth between Anchor Infinity and the Hope Fleet a few times. 30637, an old man whose real name no one knows. As far as I know, Nanto is the one protecting them. 30637 actually went through a brain interface interrogation after he joined Anchor Infinity. Nanto interrogated 30637. Steven is even more perplexing. He was framed and taken in because of his role as a As soon as Steven was jailed, Nanto saw to it that he got special treatment. No sessions in the brain interface, and no hard labor.
Sok beszélgetés van, az biztos. Kevésbé látványos, vagy arcon se kellett eddig.
A colossal one that might be tied to Bagus.
Mennek valami összeesküvés elméletek jobbra-balra.
There's nothing we can do about it here. As for 30637, he's too old and... Didn't you say that even locked up here in Brighton prison, all this time...
Hey, how you holding up? That night in the dream house... Yikes. You were pretty careless. Yeah. Based on how I felt last time, they definitely... Of course I will. Last year, when Lana's servers were being updated and computing power was scarce, but it was really just to boost Lana's computing power. If I ever ended up like that, I don't get why they never... True. You're in way better shape than I am. Everyone who went in with you is dead, but you've still got plenty of fight left in you. I wish I was more like you. Yeah, true.
I sent him away because I'm good at reading people. One look at you tells me you're the restless type. Don't you want to know? Allow me to explain. Just before the third erratic but Laurent, driven by selfish ambition, murdered Lola. It wasn't just once. It was over and over. That's right. But don't go thinking he's a good guy. Anchor Infinity just wants the pirates and the Hope Fleet at each other's throats forever. Whenever one side starts to crumble, they prop it back up. To Nanto, Laurent was nothing but a useful lapdog. If he ever dared to disobey, his master would put him down and get a new one. Things are different now. It wasn't until I landed in prison that Laurent told me everything. Laurent got exactly what he deserved, and I'm happy about it. But Nanto still hasn't had his reckoning, and I've never despised anyone more in my life. If you really are from Ada, you won't be stuck here for long. I'm afraid Nanto will have me wired into... Smash that smug, snobby-looking... It's almost lights out. I hope you can grant me my final wish.
All recordings related to Prisoner 25925 from Odin's Tavern are here for you to review.
Good. By the way, Prisoner 25925 didn't go to the brain interface room today, right?
Negative.
Tomorrow, find a way to put Prisoner 25925 in there, and raise the power output by 30%. As for that Scorpion, send her to the brain interface room tonight. Max out the power. Same as for Laurent.
Affirmative.
Is General Veronica's expedition still going smoothly?
I am not authorized to initiate communications.
Hasn't Lana been up?
You are not authorized to access information about Lana's operations.
Adi, this is Grey Fox.
Please input password.
Slug and Boss Lady.
Hello, Mr. Nanto. Long time no see. This is Adi. How can I assist you?
Your presence here confirms my suspicions.
Currently, only the standard surveillance systems at Brighton Prison are functioning properly.
A simple server update couldn't have caused these anomalies. It seems Mr. Ruff is determined to dig into Shirley's tech.
The computing power concentrated at Shirley's location is still insufficient to make up for the deficit across the Brighton zone. Some of the remaining based on our current intel, the encrypted server could serve one of three purposes. One, evolving.
It must be that new secret project arc.
Is there anything you need from
Bagus? Do you have...
The master remains silent.
Now that's strange. How did Hykros' diplomatic representative and our Bagus become enemies? Guess we'll have to ask. Some things aren't meant to be known by too many people. Do you intend to see... Still playing dumb. I've already checked. You said Bagus hurt your friend. Was it in... Guess those? Yes. Whatever Bagus does, he must have his reasons. Still mouthing off, huh? I hear you've been inmates die from brain interface power anomalies all the time. Source code. Data source. Are you so afraid I'll crank up the power? You Hykros people are despicable. Always preaching about unity with the Kylians, yet don't worry. I'm not actually going to kill you. I still need you to help the Kylians return to Ida, so the worst that'll happen is you become a Hykros representative who obeys my every command. I've already told you. On this, Rafa's lost his wits. He can't see past his own... At the end of the day, they're just a bunch of scientists. If we stay patient for a while, the faction that... Head to the brain interface room and think it through at your leisure. Honestly, I still can't tell. I hope you'll make up your mind soon, given your role and current circumstances. If you're willing to return to Ida, and lend me your support, the CEO position at Anchor Infinity's Asperia branch could one day be yours.
Why didn't you show up yesterday? Do you have any idea how long I waited for you? I've already mapped out the prison, and you were just outside chatting?
Valami 30%-kal nagyobb powerrel üdik.
We might already be too late. After I reported to Hykros, they discovered that before you arrived in the Brighton zone, Plotty's already working on a solution. Her dad gave me a good scolding and said she misjudged Rafa. Maybe we should wait for Plotty. Otherwise, if we break out now, you'll still be stuck in Kylo. Is Bagus somehow linked to Anchor Infinity? But when I all it's doing is using more computing power. He shut down the channel to keep you from She thinks Rafa's actions prove he's downright terrified of Hykros arriving. She did say she was sending someone, but the passage is closed now. She barely has any computing power to tap into right now. The missing capacity, she's confident that Brighton Prison is escape-proof. It's wrapped in space-time. I wanted to help you give Lindsys and the others a heads up. But every frequency linked to the Hope Fleet is under strict surveillance. Even a single message to Lindsys could catch Lana's eye if Hipper picks it up. Our plan has to succeed. Only after you're safe. Then get some rest for now. I'll keep an eye on Shirley.
I've just remembered something about that guy you've been asking about. As I said before, my mom got to know the Todd sibling. Don't underestimate this job. Miss Aglaya's requirements were very particular, but resources were scarce at the time. To come up with the most cost-effective plan... Why do you get so worked up when I bring him up? Miss Aglaya regularly visited Odin's Tavern back when she was... Yeah. Supposedly, Bagus had lots of connections back then. Well, unfortunately, his stasis pod was severely damaged in the explosion, and he didn't survive. Why have you suddenly gone silent? I finally remembered, and that's your reaction? Impossible. Too many of the stasis pods on the early station were damaged. And with the power shortage, so I think you might...
Most nagyon ismétlődnek itt a dolgok. Hol a Gandival kell beszélni, hol a Lincolnnal. Nem a kedvenc sztori. Meg a Nantónak se túl kedves a szerepe itt ebbe a részbe.
Prisoner 11667, causing a loud disturbance and interfering with others' work.
Na, hangosan beszéltek, a mehet a agymosóba.
I'm finished. I'll never get out. No, I can finally get out.
Prisoner 25925, disrupting prison management operations. Punish.
Na, akkor mi kapjuk megint a büntit, átvállaltuk.
I've pulled the inmates' medical records from the past few days and made a few tweaks. With Lana's current computing power... First, we'll forge your life readings. The system's monitoring you in real time. Don't worry. I'll control...
25925's faking it. They've definitely figured out how to deal with the brain interface.
Are you sure?
Definitely. Ever since the brain interface's power was boosted these past few days, everyone else has died. They were hooked up for 2 of the last 3 days and walked away unscathed. That's impossible. I know it sounds far-fetched, but what if it's some kind of special trait? That would make them incredibly valuable. I've just handed over vital intel.
I'll verify it. If the
I swear, there's definitely something wrong with 25925. If you don't believe me, then go check right now.
I hope.
Heartbeat has returned to normal. Vital signs are stable, but consciousness remains impaired.
Run a brain diagnostic. If it's not viable for brain interface extraction, follow standard protocol.
Affirmative.
All vitals are below normal. Stop resuscitation. Power down the machines, complete the paperwork, and call Helix Bio to reclaim the body.
Affirmative.
Grab the communicator on the table. Nanto's here.
The boss fight lesz. Őt életre van az. Tudom, hogy jó helyre célok kezdem. Behittem. Nem tudom, hogy sírtam, hogy történik, de azért csak eltalálom Nantó ügyeket. Lehet, hogy a izé miatt a quest. Nagyon a sárkány. Sárkány. Bum, egy fej. Na, hát nem ez a
Has Project Astralis really ended so soon? General,
Project Astralis hasn't failed. I just began to feel unwell after I set out. I had no choice but to turn back midway to recover. I just returned when I heard that the High Coast diplomatic representative had been arrested and imprisoned.
We uncovered this fraud while you were away, General.
That won't be necessary. The air in the Brighton zone is so fresh. I started feeling better the moment I got back. Brighton Prison is under the Hope Fleet's jurisdiction. Now that I've returned, I intend to conduct a thorough investigation into this case. After all, even Anchor Infinity was swindled, so this is no small matter.
Mr. Rafa.
I'll be taking the prisoner now. Thank you for overseeing the prison in my absence, Mr. Nanto. You've been juggling countless responsibilities. Please take this opportunity to catch your breath. Please coordinate the remaining handover with Alexander. 25925, you're coming with me. I'll interrogate you myself at Hope Fleet headquarters.
General, you've always treated your subordinates.
I'll leave it to you then. Thank you. You must be terribly shaken after being imprisoned over a misunderstanding, diplomatic representative. Yes, that's me. But I don't think I deserve. Our fleet has no shortage of officers like Hipper, brimming with ideal. Nanto is young and hot-tempered. As far as I'm aware, Speaking of Mr. Rafa, I need to go apologize to him. After all, I wasn't able to carry out Project Astralis, which he supported despite... Rest assured, I guarantee that all
So, the hike...
They've been in and out of the brain and... Relax. I'm the one who let...
Cooperation has never been about shared ideals, only... So, if he's in danger, I'll do everything I can to help him. If you hate him so much, are you really willing to let him die at Rafa's hands? If you want to kill him yourself, I can leverage every privilege and connection I have in Anchor Infinity, and do everything in my power. This is no time for joking around. Bagus is in a predicament much like Shirley's. Now is not the time. You still harbor such naive fantasies? Think back.
I think you may still have some misconceptions about Rafa, Anchor Infinity, and Nanto. Diplomatic I only made it to the prison in time and saved you from Anchor Infinity because of it. I'd say that's more than enough to demonstrate his sincerity. And don't forget, without my support, you can't verify your identity. Before you were imprisoned, Rafa had already cut off contact with Ida and sealed the passage you used to get here. Right now, you need to calm down and think about how many options you really have left. Nanto, the diplomatic representative has already made themselves perfectly clear. Cooperation requires good faith from both sides, and the support you gave to spring them from prison was plainly not enough.
Then allow me to give you a deeper understanding of Rafa. Odin's Tavern, which was built by Aglaya, was originally a contact network that Apex used to sponsor the homecoming. This is Lana's strategy for Rafa. Impose authoritarian rule to drive the Kylians into piracy. Use those pirates to bog down the Hope Fleet. And finally, have the Hope Fleet crack down on the real homecomers.
That's it.
Hátrafonva
In
is.
recent years, the Hope Fleet hasn't carried out any real expeditions beyond cracking down on pirates. And those so-called expeditions are really just...
You can really pull that off?
Of course. Every Hope Fleet vessel is built by Anchor Infinity and fitted with the Lana Smart piloting system. So long as space-time turbulence doesn't cut Lana off, the ships can only be flown by her. The only way I could get back here was on an antique ship I bought on the black market, cobbled together from parts the pirates had scrounged. Since it wasn't equipped with Lana's system, I was able to safely land at Brighton Port.
What's your plan then? I can't possibly agree. If you help me rescue...
You need the representative's help to save Bagus. Once he's saved, they'll find out anyway. Revealing his identity now won't make much of a difference, will it? If you'd rather I didn't know, I can wait outside. When you're finished, just let me know.
There's no need for that. I'm just amazed this clever yet arrogant Hykros representative still hasn't figured out Bagus's true identity. Lana's computing server is down, so she has no eyes on the prison, except at the key entrances and exits. To keep the prison under control, I take it you uncovered Bagus's identity in prison. 50 years ago, back in her homeland of Asperia, Miss Aglaia struck up a friendship that crossed generations with the founder of Odin's Tavern. Think again. After Miss Aglaia boarded the space station, she rebuilt Odin's Tavern, both to comfort the Kylians, who were devastated by the disaster, and to preserve the memories of her hometown and childhood, which she could never return to. So, after Miss Aglaia was put into cryogenic sleep because of Starstone Syndrome, who took charge of Odin's Tavern? But Acerrada is already dead. Who do you think he trusted most before he died? So you knew the Phantom's true identity all along. No wonder you linked me to his death so early on. But unfortunately, you hardly know him at all. At that time, he was suffering from Starstone Syndrome, and even the special medicine had no effect on him. Because of his poor health, he even cut back on attending the Apex meetings. By then, he no longer had the strength to play the Phantom. So he decided to put on the last act of his life, which he titled The Lone Assassin. It's said that while he was on Asperia, he read some classics from his home planet. One story told of a martyr who, in order to overthrow the enemy king, allowed an assassin to behead him. Then the assassin presented his head as a gift to the enemy king. The king received it personally, giving the assassin the opportunity to strike. And the only person capable of driving... I'm out of time. I need to...
Then you can return for now.
Please remember this. I came here today because General...
I gave Anchor Infinity's director of the Safe Navigation Department a severe scolding...
Of course.
Vagy képen látszott egy tisztes rész.
Among the top... Ja, Tobi. Tobi. Ja. Helyre. Lassan nem gondoltam, hogy
lesz. Jó, hát köszönöm a figyelmet. Csak összehoztuk, hogy legyen ez a sztori. Nekem egy kicsit unalmasnak tűnt. Száraz beszélgetős, börtönös volt, biztos izgalmas volt azért, aki esetleg el tudta olvasni, meg le tudta fordítani rendesen az angol szöveget. Érdekes dolgokról volt benne szó. Aztán meglátjuk, hogy mi lesz a folytatásban, mert a Kylo sztori folytatódik-e, vagy új terület jön. Bár ugye a Veronika fog bejönni a következő bandán, hogy nagyon valószínű, hogy egy Kylo sztori vár ránk. Reméljük egy kicsit, legalábbis számomra izgalmas lesz. Úgy. Na, köszönöm még egyszer a figyelmeteket. Ha tetszett a videó, akkor lájkoljátok. Ha volt esetleg valami észrevételetek, vagy kommentelni szeretnétek valamit, akkor nyugodtan tegyétek a videó alatt a komment szekcióba. Esetleg ha szeretnétek további videókat nézni, esetleg a más játékokkal kapcsolatban, amikkel szoktam játszani, Warframe, First Ascendant, Duet Night Abyss új játék, ugye, Wuthering Waves, ilyesmi, akkor pedig iratkozzatok fel a tornára, vagy ha a Tower of Fantasy-t szeretnétek majd továbbra is nézni, akkor én érdemes feliratkozni, mert naponta igyekszek hozni 2-3 féle játékból is videókat. Aztán találkozunk a következő videóban majd.